Okay, so here we are, just while I'm on a roll, do another vlog. That's a vlog I've wanted to do for a while. So the subject, you probably know from the title, is we believe what we want to believe. Now it sort of depends, doesn't it? It could be your faith in God or no God, or faith in in a claim, in a I'm going to use examples of conspiracy theories, but it could be anything. There's somebody who offers you a good deal and you believe them. That's how con men work. If we knew they were con men, if we knew they were going to do a con, then we wouldn't trust them and say, tell them to take a hike. I'm not going to give you my money, so to speak, because you're a con artist. In fact, the word con comes from the word confidence. You're gaining somebody's confidence, and so we put our confidence in something. I'm not going to go too much into sort of different aspects, but I'm going to use conspiracy theories as a sort of as an example. The most famous one, the moon landing conspiracy theory. I'm not going to tell you what I think of it, but the thing is, it's one of those, in the 1960s and 70s, there was Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon in 1969, and there was another 6 successful moon landings after that. But still today, 1/3 of Americans believe that it was faked in a studio in Area 51. And here's the thing, so they landed on the moon, or did they? Ooh, and you sort of you want to believe one thing or the other. Now, this is the way I kind of see it from all the evidence that I've seen for the moon landings. There's a lot of people that they sort of claim, if you are, for example, if you are I'll explain this, if you are somebody who wants to believe that man landed on the moon, then you're going to look for the evidence that claims that man did land on the moon, and the conspiracy theory is just a load of mumbo jumbo. Now, if you're somebody if you're the other person, if you want to believe that, well, actually it was all faked in a studio, Area 51, and the man has got something against us, then you're going to look for the evidence that claims that it was actually completely fake, and that's the only evidence you would listen to, and you would ignore the rest. And the same vice versa with, if you believe that man landed on the moon and and they managed to achieve it, you're going to ignore all the other evidence. And there's a very sort of clear example. If I try and show you a picture or a little video clip, if I can get one, there's the most famous one the conspiracy theorists use. They say, well, it was all fake because the flag was flapping in the wind. Therefore, on the moon it's actually a vacuum, so how can the flag be flapping away? But what they completely ignore is the astronaut twisting the pole, trying to get the flagpole into the ground. Well, obviously, if he's twisting the pole, that's going to make the flag flap. And if I'm able to, I'll show you another video clip of Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong actually getting the flag, because it's put in a case at the side of the lunar module, and they get it out. They said it was actually quite a struggle in their suits to actually assemble it, and then they sort of and they're moving about. You see the flag. Oh yes, it's flapping in the wind, is it? And then they bang the pole on the ground and assemble it all together and stand back and salute. Well, looking at that, I'll let you guys decide what you think, because the Mythbusters famous TV program, they actually did an experiment in a vacuum chamber with a flag, and because you got that sort of, not just a straight up pole, you got the pole going sort of horizontal as well to actually hold the flag up, because, well, you're in a vacuum and you need to hold the flag up. So I'll let you decide on that one. I think the main thing you have to realise is, whatever you believe, you have to reassess and reassess all the claims and evidence that come along. You know, you have to look at it thoroughly and go at it with an open mind and say, well, is it true? Is it not true? You know, and not just sort of look at the evidence that you want to look at, because that's what, you know, how biased is this evidence? Is the person giving the evidence biased in the claim? So, for example, if they're biased in the conspiracy theory that man landed on the moon, they're only going to show the bits that prove their conspiracy theory, and they're going to ignore the rest. Or if they want to prove to you that man did land on the moon, they will show you the evidence and completely ignore the rest. You know, that's why, you know, you have sort of two sides in a courtroom. It's not just one-sided, because there's always a bias. So this is what I'm sort of just wanted to say, really. You know, the claims that we make, let's look at them thoroughly rather than actually just believing because we want to believe in it. Just reassess. So I'll leave that one with you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next vlog. Thanks, guys.